Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to do a double review for Young Black Jack. I know lately I haven't been doing all my reviews because my weekends have become really busy lately because especially with school and I'm just overall busy on the weekends. But I'll do my double review of episode 10 and 11 and then on Saturday the final episode of Young Black Jack. If you haven't looked it up, it's only going to have 12 episodes so this season. So Saturday will be the last episode for Young Black Jack and I will be reviewing that. Just so you know, I haven't done a double review in a very long time, so let's see where this one goes. So starting from episode 10, you know, we have continuing from episode 9, Hyakki he found out the truth on why he went through the incident that he did where you remember he lost both his arms and his legs, and it's because he heard the conversation between Tano. If you remember him, he's the guy with the grayish hair that goes down like this, and Takara with the spiderish looking hair, and he heard how something along the lines about these two factions that were happening in the Tato University, the place that Haki wanted to do his performance in the surgery, and he was denied that because they were giving out pictures showing, we don't want no guy that looks like a robot operating on a live human. And he found out the reason why this whole thing happened, why he couldn't no longer become a surgeon and continue down his path in the medical field, is because these two factions, the male faction and the Daigo faction, were butting heads with each other. So there was at one point the Daigo faction, the leader of the Daigo faction, Daigo, he was doing well until social media, the news and all of that, people, television and radio, they found out he was doing some underhand stuff that wasn't really going to do him any good, and he was aiming to become director at the time, and that put him underneath, some serious trouble, and he wasn't in a good light. Then we have Mayo who came in and he was gaining popularity. Everyone liked him. Everyone's like, he's going to become the next director of Tato University. So because of his jealousy and his greed, he decided he hatched this plan. Daigo hatched this plan in order to stop Mayo from doing a surgery for the minister of Japan. So originally his plan was to keep him where he was because he was at some place, he was off doing a surgery for his brother in Izu. He wanted him to stay there long enough in order for the whole day to pass by, and then he can get a bad name from the minister of Japan. And so what they did is hired a mechanic, and the mechanic went and like troubled with Haki's car. So before Haki went to do the surgery for the minister, Mayo ended up having, later known, he had a hemorrhage in his brain. He died because of that. So he went while he was still, he told Haki while he was still ill to go perform the surgery for him. And you know what happened? Haki went into the car. Instead of making the car unoperational to the it doesn't move or it doesn't turn on, what he did was temper with the brakes, and the brakes couldn't stop, and that's how he ended up in the accident, losing all his limbs. And Haki learned all this information from Takara, and then he, with his revenge, he decided to go after every single person who did him wrong by chopping off their limbs. So an arm for an arm and a leg for a leg for a leg. And he's like, now you know how I feel, all for your greed and all for just to be in power. Instead of helping patients and helping people in need, you guys decide that all you want is power. Instead of using your skills for good, you want to raise up the ladder in order to be the top of the top, and by doing so, you want to you wanted to hurt someone else's future in order to ensure your own, and that was very greedy. So it's like it was karma for the Daigo faction. It was karma for all those people that did Haki and Mayo wrong, you know. So it was like what goes around comes around. And now in episode 11, everyone is finding out that it was Haki that was doing all these murders and these incidents where he's taking people's lives and he's taking their limbs, and now he's a wanted man, and if he's found, he's going to be put on death sentence and killed. So he went and got to Daigo and, chopped off his leg while the police were still there. So he staged up like a fake puppet, and then he came down from one of his prosthetic limbs and crashes in and takes Daigo's legs and jump right back out. But in the midst of getting away from the police after throwing like some type of mist at them to block their vision, one of the cops shoots and it takes out Haki's eyes. So he's telling Hazuma, to repair back his eye. And Hazuma in this episode, he went and started questioning Takara. And Takara, to the point, he even starts to put blame on Hazuma, saying that you're the reason why Haki is doing all of these crimes. If you never performed the surgery on giving him proper prosthetic limbs, he wouldn't have went to go do all these murders. He wouldn't be a wanted man, and he certainly wouldn't be on death sentence. So it's all your fault. You should have stayed out of it because I know how skillful you are. So he was trying to psychologically damage Hazuma. He was trying to put blame on him, saying that if it was not for you, Haki would be living a peaceful life, which was very underhanded of him. But what do you suspect? These people just wanted power, and they're very greedy, and they'll do anything to destroy a person just so long as they can stay in power. That's why he lost his arm. So karma's a yeah, it's a pain in the ass and everything. So by the end of the episode, Haki is captured and he's put on death sentence. He's not dead, but he was sentenced to be put to death. But doing the surgery that Hazuma did on his eye after he got shot through the eye, um, he didn't get shot through the back of his head, but he got shot that the eye got completely damaged. He did all surgery and put a false eye. The false eye dropped out and it turned into some little gadget. So he was able to break out of prison and now he's in hiding. And by the end of the episode, he thanks Hazuma for what he's done. And Hazuma's like, from both episodes, Hazuma's like, screw the law. If it means saving a person and if you're just going to abide by the law, you'll never be able to save a person. And he says he's going to start taking matters into his own hands. So you already know that Hazuma is still not licensed. He's not even an intern. So he does behind the behind the scenes surgeries and operations which he shouldn't be doing, and if he is caught, he will not be able to get that license. His days of becoming a doctor, being in the medical field, is over. So Hazma has now, based on the experience of Haki, he's taking matters into his own hands now. So he's becoming a changed man. He's still doing things for the good, but he's more motivated to help people, even if it means it's not doing by the right way or by the law. So that's it for this review of Young Black Jack. Tell me your thoughts on these two episodes. Do you think the choice that Hasma made by the end of the episode 11, was it the right choice, or do you think he'll eventually be found out and he will no longer be able to become a doctor in the future? And what was your most favorite part? Do you like the carnage, the gore, finally, some action and some real hardcore drama in this arc? And Saturday is the last episode of Young Black Jack. I'm going to miss this series. So until then, I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast. Check us out on Twitter and on Tumblr. Also check out our Facebook page if you'd like to become a member. Just click the link below in the description box. I'll gladly add you. Remember, it's a closed group. And I will see you guys later.